that you've stayed in shape.
Just being comfortable this way.
What do you expect from David Gil? Freddie said he picked him. You guys picked this guy because you want to get some rounds in. You know he's going to be competitive, but what do you expect him to give you June 6th?
I know he's a tough opponent. He's going to bring his best in June 6th, but I trust in the work we made here in LA, and I'm going to bring my best.
What has been the difference since you've been with Freddie here in LA?
Just the way I felt here, the way they treat me, the way they make me feel, make me feel younger.
I know everybody here is going to ask you this, not to look ahead, but you saw what Canelo did to James Kirkland. That's the fight everybody wants down the road. Is that something on your mind as a possibility if you survive the test against Gil?
The only thing in my mind is Daniel Gil in 6. Daniel, you can talk about what next.
Thank you.
Miguel, ¿qué extrañas de Puerto Rico? De entrenar de Puerto Rico.
Probablemente me he acostumbrado a entrenar aquí. He hecho de Los Ángeles.
Has mencionado que te faltaba algo de motivación en algunos momentos debido a que tenías ya de mucho para descubrir algo.
A year off from your last fight with Sergio Martinez. For you, what has that done for you? Is it a rest much needed? Did it refresh your mind, body, and soul?
After 14 years here in boxing, that was the best we can do, we can make in my career was just having this time off.
You know, did you feel like overworked? Did you feel that you weren't as passionate about boxing anymore?
My mind wasn't not in boxing for certain moments in my career, but since I get here, we get here in LA, everything runs perfect.
Is boxing though something you still love? We see pros sometimes that when they have long careers like yours, they don't love boxing anymore and they start seeing it as a job. And you're smiling, so maybe I'm touching on something. Do you still love boxing or do you see it as a job now?
Boxing is all I know. Boxing is my life. With boxing, I raise my family. I still have young kids. And I'm here to bring them the best future. They make me realize, they make me believe, and they make me love boxing every day.
You know, looking at Daniel Gil, he's an opponent that's had a lot of experience. He's a former world champion. Is there any concerns you feel that he brings inside the ring the night of the fight?
Boxing, in this point in my career, is a battle with myself. Every day I need to bring my best, the best from me through here every morning, through here every evening, and I'm feeling good. You know, I know I bring my best, and bringing my best every day I'm here. I know I can bring the best. Then I have just
elaborate on that. Elaborate on that. You said boxing is a battle of yourself. So tell me that, because when I hear that, I feel that the worst enemy is you, not your opponents.
Yes, boxing. The day by day here in the gym is about with myself, about feeling better every day, and just fighting against myself every day, and just trying to be next week's best than the last week.
Is it like a motivation thing then? You're not as motivated as before?
I think that the way the things runs right now, the way the things been for the last 2 years in my career, put me back on the way, put me back on asking myself for more, asking myself to be better every day.
¿Qué te motiva? ¿Qué te despierta en las mañanas?
What do you think has contributed to you regaining your former peak self?
Freddie come here every day with his best attitude, the best.
You guys are standing like I can't even stand up.
Take the best from me, you know. Having that in mind, all I can do is be here with the best I can.
Why is it important for you to get involved with promotions? Are you starting to think about what you're going to do after you stop fighting?
I don't know. I think it's the best thing I can do. Thinking about my career, but I don't know what happened when my career was finished.
Miguel, it's going to be exactly a year to the day when you step in the ring with Gil.
Do you believe
364 days.
364 days? At this age, and as long as you've been in the ring, is it more difficult to get prepared physically after a layoff like that?
No, actually, it's the opposite. You know, I've been more focused on my work. I have more knowledge of what I need to do in my time off to get myself close to have a base when I'm going to be here again. I have something to start.
We see that your hands are scraped up, your knuckles are still scabbing. When it comes to being prepared, is the tax on your body more than it used to be? Is it harder to basically recover?
In every camp, something happened to you. If anything happened to you in a camp, it's in a regular camp.
Looking at, obviously, Alvarez as a possible opponent for you, Triple G, being that you're the middleweight champion, out of those two fights and seeing those two fighters recently, which one do you think is tougher as a fighter, and which one do you think is tougher for you?
Daniel Gill going to be my next step, my next chapter in my career. After Daniel Gill, I can talk about what next.
Los últimos peleadores de Freddie Roach han perdido los dos últimos 5.
Manny's performance, because a lot of people are surprised that you did a lot better than Manny in his fight with Floyd.
Every fight is different, you know. I don't know what happened with what passed to Manny's mind, but you know, it's up to Manny, it's up to Freddie. I have nothing to say about it.
Were you surprised though?
This last question over here.
I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
Miguel, as your children get older, does it get easier for them to watch you fight, and as well as your wife?
No. As more years pass in their life, it's going to be tough for them, you know, to watch their father in a ring fighting for them.
So it doesn't get easier for them at all watching you?
I know it's not easy for them, but they support me the best way they can.
And just so the fans can sort of just kind of get an understanding of who Miguel Cotto, the person is, not necessarily the fighter, what are 3 things on your bucket list that you have yet to do in your life at this point? 3 things that you've yet to accomplish outside of the ring?
All I have in my mind is just I want to be a good father. I want to raise my family the best way I can, and just make my kids better than all families.
Cuando hablas con Manny